In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.
Greg Fritcher, 18-42. It's on a revocation.
He's made an application on it by the brothers.
Okay.
Your Honor, this is a Division 4 revo. Judge Webb signed the sentencing order.
All right. I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You hear, excuse me, you appear for an arraignment on a revocation. How does he plead?
Not true, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not true. I'll set it over before Judge Webb on January 17th at 8:30. You may stand aside, sir. Thank you. Perry Gatlin, 19-442, terroristic threatening.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Do you have a lawyer, sir?
I filled out a public defender form last week, sir.
Okay.
Judge, I know we represent Mr. Gatlin in his revocation matters. I don't see an application for this.
I called out there specifically and asked for it, and he told them that I did not want it. Yesterday, because I went out yesterday and I called ahead and asked for certain people to went out, and he told them he did not want a public defender.
Have you filled out an application, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll have you appear before Judge Webb for arraignment and attorney status on January 17th at 8:30 a.m.
Sir.
Thank you. Jordan Hampton, 19-327, burglary, theft, aggravated assault, several other charges.
Judge, in Mr. Hampton's case, he's been in the ABC. He got here yesterday evening. I would ask if we could leave him as scheduled, but have a reappearance date in January, I guess January the 3rd, so that I can go over this discovery with him.
Ben, what about that day we're trying to set it for pleas week after next? Could we possibly keep him till then and see where we are?
Hold until the 16th. That'd be fine. I think it gives time to go over what we have.
Just show no action today. You may stand aside. Ryan Higgins, 19-161, 19200 set for hearing. Does he need to be transported?
Judge, in Mr. Higgins' case, he has a brand new 19433, I think he was arraigned. We were appointed last week or the week before. Just got the discovery, I'd like to go over that. I'd ask if we could continue that. Do you know, I don't have his, do you know when he's set for his new case?
Well, Your Honor, if the defense needs some additional time to go over the discovery and discuss it with their client, I'm fine with that, but I would ask that the hearing be reset to January 3rd. I think that'll give everybody time to be ready.
Is that agreeable?
That'll work, Your Honor, if we can set it for the 3rd, I'll give me an opportunity to go over all the discovery with him.
Okay. You may stand aside, sir. Jacob Little, 17244, 17251, 17305, 17306, 17330, 17341, 18114. His first appearance on a revocation.
Judge, I've got 7 applications, if I may approach.
Sir, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're here for an arraignment on petition to revoke your probationary period or suspended sentence. How does he plead?
Not true at all, Your Honor.
We'll have a hearing on January 3rd. Anything else?
No further.
Okay, you may stand aside, sir.
Your Honor, may I ask for a moment?
No, sir, you may not. Zachary Murdoch, 19443.
Excuse me, the application, if I can approach.
It's fleeing and controlled substances. Sir, I've appointed the public defender to represent you.
All right.
Here for an, here, say it again?
I filed the paperwork, I'm not sure, I haven't heard back yet.
Okay,
He did appoint us.
I'm appointing public defender to represent you, and he's here for an arraignment.
Enter plea of not guilty, waive formal reading the information.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty and schedule a matter for appearances and trial. You may stand aside, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I ask for a bond reduction?
Let me look, see what it's alleged you've done.
Well, of course, reviewing the allegations in the case, I would point out that according to the information the prosecutor's office has, Mr. Murdoch is currently a resident of Kansas.
Given the allegations, the bond's fair, I'm gonna leave it where it's at.
All right, thank you.
One of the things here at Main Street Service Center that we run into quite often is rodent damage. Our customers will come in one day, they've driven their vehicle home and everything's great, and the next morning they go out to get in it and nothing happens, or they get it started and it's running terrible, or it won't start at all. And what we find a lot of times is wires that look like this that have been, this wire went to an alternator, this wire right here went to an oxygen sensor. Anyway, so yeah, it had to be towed in, and that's what we find a lot, because around here in the beautiful Ozarks, we just have a lot of critters that like to do a lot of damage. So if you've woken up one morning and your vehicle won't start, or you've got lights on and it was running terrible after yesterday it was running just fine, this may be your issue. We do see a lot of it. Honestly, I've been asked for years, you know, what do you do to keep rodents from becoming a problem and getting underneath the hood? I've yet to find anything. You know, I've heard people tell me about mothballs and people tell me about rat poisoning and stuff like that, and it's amazing. Sometimes we'll come in fact, we did a post on Facebook here just a couple of weeks ago. There was over 5 pounds of nuts that were up inside the where the fan motor is, and it's just incredible what these creatures can do in just a short amount of time. We'll get in and we'll find the cabin air filter's been made into a nest. It's a real comfy bed. You know, it looks like a little bed if you had a Barbie doll or something like that, but I guess the rodents like that as well. But if you're having some type of issue like that, Main Street Service Center is very proficient in diagnosing those problems, finding and repairing the wires and stuff like that, and then hopefully keeping your hood cracked open, because obviously in the wintertime the rodents are going to like the heat. And so if you can remember to crack your hood open and maybe put a can or something underneath there to keep it open where it's not as dark and not as warm, that might be something that can be done. But that's a pain, but also is having your vehicle towed in because your wires have been chewed into. If you've got any type of problem like that, if we can assist you in any way, please come by and see us at 620 Goblin Drive or call us at 741-4252. Either myself or Todd will be happy to hook you up with an appointment.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of a community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Hi, I'm Tara Wilmot, and as a Health Mart pharmacist, I have a crucial commitment to our community because just like you, I support our community. All Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned, just like our Health Mart here in Harrison. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the Square in downtown Harrison. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Fall is the time to worm your cattle, and a simple, easy way is by feeding them Safeguard cubes to control internal parasites. No stress on your herd, and convenient and safe. And with calving season just around the corner, Quality Feed Grains has all the supplies you need, including milk replacer, bottles, electrolytes, and much more. Quality Feed Grains, 4617 Highway 65 South and 311 East Prospect in Harrison. Fall is here, and Harness Boots and Shoes has the most popular brands and styles of footwear available. You'll find a huge selection of Western boots for men, women, and children, including brands such as Tony Lama, Dan Post, Double H, Ariat, Justin, and Twisted X. Looking for a good quality insulated or work boot? Try on a pair of Irish Setter, Rocky, Danner, Red Wing, or Georgia boots. And to keep your feet dry on rainy days, try on a pair of waterproof boots from Rocky or Dry Shot. Harness Boots and Shoes on the west side of the square in beautiful downtown Harrison.
Dalton Smith, 16-161, 18-248, first appearance on a revocation. You have a lawyer, sir?
No, sir.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application?
I filled out the application, I just haven't turned it in yet.
You haven't turned it in yet? Okay.
No, sir.
All right. Well, turn it in as soon as you can. I'm having a hard time finding a sentencing order. Have you got one there?
Let's see. Yes, I do, Your Honor. I show it was filed on November 30th of 18.
Who signed it?
This court did.
Okay. And what about 248, do you know?
Oh, I'm sorry, that was 248 I was looking at.
Well, I'm sure that I did both of them.
161, yes, you did.
That's fine. Sir, I'll have you appear on January 3rd at 9:30 for arraignment and attorney status. Get your application in as soon as you can.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. 15-171 William Tovey, is that for hearing?
He's here today, Your Honor. He's in the courtroom.
Okay.
Finish the inmates first, come back in.
Okay, is that for hearing?
Your Honor,
It's for arraignment, Your Honor.
Oh,
I
arraignment.
believe he's a first appearance on the revo and then
Okay.
an arraignment on the new charge.
Oh, and a new charge, okay.
He has already been arraigned on a new charge and has a scheduling order already already set, Your Honor. He's set for February 14th on that. He bonded out on that and was given a.
Let me look at the 15 case and see where we're at on that.
Your Honor, I show he was served with the warrant in 15-171 on November 20th, and at his 8.1, and on the warrant, they gave him today's date to appear. Probation office is inquiring as to how he was able to post bond in 15-171. They were under the impression it was a no-bond hold.
Your Honor, he is currently out on a furlough right now. There's a death in his family.
Okay.
When is he supposed to report back to the jail?
Monday. Your Honor, I would like to address bond when we have change.
This is an arraignment on the petition to revoke, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll enter a plea of not true, set the matter for hearing on January 3rd.
And then there should also be an arraignment in 19-411.
The new case.
Yes.
Your Honor, very formal arraignment, enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, we'll enter a plea of not guilty.
And, scheduling order has already been set.
Okay.
If we could address bond.
Okay,
Your Honor, he has already posted a bond on the new case. He is currently out on furlough. He is here today. He has no bond on his revocation.
Yeah.
New revocation is based off of his new case.
okay.
He is a longtime resident of
Yeah, I'm familiar with him.
County. He's the primary breadwinner in his family. He's got 2 small children.
Right. Well, I'm going to leave it at no bond on the revocation. I understood an immediate member of his family passed away, and I said that I had no objections to a furlough because of that. We're not trying to be totally unreasonable, but he needs to check himself in whenever he was supposed to.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
James Wallace, 18250. It's on a revocation, is that right?
Correct, Your Honor. Our office represents Mr. Wallace. He was picked up on an alias warrant issued in September. I just asked that he be ordered to reappear in front of Judge Webb on his next available day.
Okay, here before Judge Webb on January 17th, 8:30.
Your Honor,
Yes,
may I speak?
yes.
At the time that the failure to appear warrant came, I was incarcerated in Carroll County,
Okay,
and I do have letters of incarceration with me.
okay. Get that to your lawyer and speak with Judge Webb. It might well be that he'll let you out.
Or can I get a bond maybe?
I'll let him handle that. Michael Woods, 19-313, 19-392, final hearing.
Judge, in Mr. Wood's case, he's set for trial in February the 18th in both matters. The state has conveyed an offer, but I don't have discovery yet in 19-392.
You do. You just don't know it yet.
I guess we've got an envelope this morning with it. So,
Just delivers discovery today.
and
In 392, Your Honor, yes. 313, we provided discovery previously in August. In fact, I believe in 392, has he been arraigned yet?
I don't know.
He was?
he's scheduled out for trial.
Okay. You may stand aside, sir. Haley Blair, 19-138. It's on a revocation.
Judge, I show this to be a application for revocation. I'm not sure if she's been arraigned or not. If not, we enter plea not true.
They will enter the plea of not true. Looks like the public defender's been appointed, so we'll set it for hearing on January 17th at 8:30 or soon thereafter as the judge can get to it.
Can I request a bond?
Let me see what the allegations are again.
Your Honor, I believe the allegations are going to be new alleged felony offenses. That case has been submitted to our office, and Deputy Prosecutor Devin Still is currently reviewing that.
Given the allegations, one of which is fleeing, I'm going to leave it at no bond right now, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Courtney Fouch, 1940, what, Fouché, is that it? How do you pronounce it, ma'am?
It's Fouch.
Well, I missed it altogether. Fouch, 19441.
She's made an application.
Ma'am, I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. Let's see what you're here for.
I show plea and arraignment, Your Honor. We'd enter a plea of not guilty, waive formal reading.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty and schedule the matter for trials and hearings. You may stand aside. Thank you.
Your Honor, may I ask for my bond to be changed to cash repro?
Let me see what you've done. If we make it a pro, I'll bump it up to make it $2,500 cash or professional. Amberly Lemus, 19424.
Yes.
Okay.
She's made an application as well.
Ma'am, I've appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. And how does she plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor, waive formal reading.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty. Let me see. I'll have her appear before Judge Webb on January 17th at 8:30. You may stand aside, ma'am.
Can I get my thing changed to cash repro?
Let me look here. There's a failure to appear.
Your Honor, I believe that's why she's currently in jail. She was served with that warrant on November 29th.
I'll tell you what, why don't you talk with your lawyer about why you weren't here when you were supposed to be, and maybe you can talk to the prosecutor, and if there's good reason, we can change it if we need to.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Fall is here, and Harness Boots and Shoes has the most popular brands and styles of footwear available. You'll find a huge selection of Western boots for men, women, and children, including brands such as Tony Lama, Dan Post, Double H, Ariat, Justin, and Twisted X. Looking for a good quality insulated or work boot? Try on a pair of Irish Setter, Rocky, Danner, Red Wing, or Georgia boots. And to keep your feet dry on rainy days, try on a pair of waterproof boots from Rocky or Dry Shot. Harness Boots and Shoes on the west side of the square in beautiful downtown Harrison.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Caps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
Amber Wierzak, 18-95, unlawful use of a communication device, controlled substances, paraphernalia, to revocation. She also has 18-265, which I guess is a revocation.
It is, Your Honor.
She's made an application, Your Honor, by approach.
Okay.
We've been appointed in one of the cases.
And this court did sign both sentencing orders.
Okay. The 18-95 set for hearing today.
Judge, if we could we set these both matters for hearing? I think we've been trying to find some sort of inpatient facility, and I think we have approval. I'd like to see if that's something that the state would entertain.
Very well. We'll schedule them for January 3rd or the 9th, or
I prefer the 10th, Your Honor.
10th, rather. January 10th is when we'll have the revocation hearings.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, can I ask for a bond?
Oh, let's just leave it where it's at, ma'am, while they're trying to get you into a facility.
I've already been accepted.
Okay?
We're working on it.
Felicia Anderson, 14-8. To revocation.
She's made an application.
Yes. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Judge, I think she's here for a first appearance on a revocation when her plea is not true.
Okay, we'll enter that plea of not true. Trying to make some sense out of this.
I do show that Judge Webb signed the sentencing order.
I was looking for an order on the petition to revoke. I don't see it.
Your Honor, I showed a warrant was issued back in May, so it may be.
Oh, here it is.
Incarcerated since May 11th in Bucks County.
Okay. I will set the hearing before Judge Webb on January 17th at 8:30. 05-47 Kenneth Atwell. It's a revocation hearing. Morning.
How are you, sir?
Pretty good.
Yes, sir. Judge, Mr. Atwell has brought a receipt. He went and made a payment to the site in the amount of $50 to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, well, the matter's set for hearing today. Is there to be a hearing?
Well, there can be, Your Honor. It's a show cause for non-payment. I do have a copy of the ledger sheet from the sheriff's office. Apparently, Mr. Atwell went to the sheriff's office and made a payment this morning.
If I may speak, sir.
What, do you want to pursue the matter?
Your Honor, based on the length of time that has transpired between the last payment and this current payment, yes.
Okay, we'll have a hearing today. We'll call your name later and have a hearing. Carolyn Blackburn, 19351.
Judge, Mrs. Blackburn's present. This is a fairly old case that we've got an agreement we're going through to. It's a hot check case from 2002, but we've got the cash, a $5,000 cash bond, which is about 10 times what is owed in this case. So we're just making sure there's some matters in district court that she paid the same check off with, and we're just wondering, we're going through to verify that she's not going to pay in both district and circuit. So there'll be an all-cross order coming once we get the final number to insert.
That's correct, Your Honor. Jody Roberts in my office has been in contact with district court. They're trying to verify whether or not she actually paid some of these checks in district court. Once we get the final restitution amount, she's agreed to forfeit a portion of her bond to cover what's left.
We'll leave it as scheduled.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Nathan Campbell, 19345. Battery is a charge. Morning. Who's your lawyer, sir?
I represent Mr. Kim, Your Honor. I apologize.
This is final appearance.
It is, Your Honor. There's a matter of some restitution in this. I'd ask if I could recall Mr. Campbell, not let me do it with the statement.
Okay, we'll recall your case, sir. Joseph Chrisman, 19355. Controlled substances and paraphernalia, Joseph Chrisman.
Judge, in Mr. Christman's case, I think this is one that we don't have labs returned yet. He said
requested
in February.
There were about 4 or 5 cases on the docket, Your Honor, that the crime labs were not in. I requested rush tests. I'm hoping to have them, well, I know I'll have them in time for January 3rd. I may have them before then.
Reappear on January 3rd, sir.
Yes, sir.
Fall is here, and Harness Boots and Shoes has the most popular brands and styles of footwear available. You'll find a huge selection of Western boots for men, women, and children, including brands such as Tony Lama, Dan Post, Double H, Ariat, Justin, and Twisted X. Looking for a good quality insulated or work boot? Try on a pair of Irish Setter, Rocky, Danner, Red Wing, or Georgia boots. And to keep your feet dry on rainy days, try on a pair of waterproof boots from Rocky or Dry Shot. Harness Boots and Shoes on the west side of the square in beautiful downtown Harrison.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Caps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.
Many things have changed over the years, and so has auto body repair. Even though Ozark Auto Body has been in business for over 30 years, they continue to change with the times. They believe protecting the environment is important and have done so by using environmentally friendly waterborne paint from PPG. This aligns with the technology used by original manufacturers and gives you a lifetime limited warranty. Quality PPG waterborne paint, ASC certified personnel, plus 24-hour towing service. Ozark Auto Body in Harrison, always taking pride in excellence.
Hamilton Berger takes on MeTV's #1 attorney, Perry Mason.
Any objection, Mr. Berger?
I object. Objection. I object. Overruled.
Will Hamilton Berger ever beat Perry Mason?
Don't bet on it.
19-325, Joshua Hickenbottom.
He's for change of plea if I could approach, Your Honor.
Okay.
Just to call the court's attention, this was the gentleman in the last session court had requested some additional information which was provided.
And Your Honor, I will restate for the record that the victim was consulted and approves the plea.
Sir, I'm looking at your police statement and some conditions of suspension or probation. Have you gone over these? And do you feel you understand what's in these documents? You understand the charge against you and the range of penalty if you're convicted? Are you pleaded guilty to aggravated assault on a family or household member? By doing so, you give up your right to have a trial and you cannot appeal. Do you know that? Are you entering this plea freely and voluntarily? Other than what's in this document, have you been promised anything to get you to change your plea? Have you been pressured or threatened to get you to change your plea? And you're, in fact, guilty of this crime? What's the factual basis for
Your Honor,
that?
on July 14th of 2019, Mr. Hickenbottom was at his residence in Boone County, residing with his wife. They had an argument, and during that argument, there was a fight, struggle, physical altercation between the two. Mr. Hickenbottom's conduct in that case would rise to the level of domestic aggravated assault.
Is that true, sir?
Yes, sir.
At this time, sir, accept your plea and judge you guilty, place you on 6 years probation, plus 90 days in the county jail with credit for time served. It says he'll have no contact with the victim. Are he and the wife apart?
They're apart right now, Your Honor.
Be screened by Ozark Guidance Center for anger or related issues and follow any recommended treatment. You pay $200 in cost, a $2,000 fine, a DNA fee of $250, $40 booking fee. Pay what you owe at a minimum rate of $100 per month beginning within 30 days, and you make your payments to the Sheriff's Department here in Boone County.
Now that Mr. Hickenbottom's been adjudicated, we ask that he get the ankle monitor restriction removed.
That'd be fine.
Let's go out to the Sheriff's Office, I guess, is what that on is. Okay.
We need to see a probation officer before you leave.
Yes, sir.
Frederick Holmes, 19-349, 19-325. Drug paraphernalia is 349. We're here for final hearing before trial.
Judge, in Mr. Holmes' case, this is one labs are not back yet. I would ask if we could have him reappear on January the 10th. I would ask the court order Mr. Holmes to come visit.
Yes, Your Honor, his cases were among those that I've requested rush tests from the crime lab.
Have you been to visit your lawyer? Have you been to visit your lawyer? Why not? Huh? Well, you, when do you want him over there? When can he be there?
Just call up put him on the schedule.
Well, you've been in here enough times, you know how it works. Go visit your lawyer. I'm ordering you to do that.
Just call him.
Blake Lewis, 19377. Theft of property, transferring stolen property, paraphernalia, controlled substances.
Judge, Mr. Lewis also has on the top of the next page 19383, or 19383, excuse me.
Okay.
Then the 383 case is one I think that's discoveries in
It's in there, yes.
packet this morning. He's one set for trial in February. I'd ask if we could have him reappear on January the 10th.
That'll be fine. Reappear on January 10th at 9:30.
It's a, make an appointment, come see me, okay?
Alexandra Mann, 19365. A fraudulent insurance act.
Judge, she's present. If we could recall her, the state and I were visiting after I visited with Mrs. Mann yesterday, and I would need to relay some information to her.
Okay.
Just take that and I'll recall it.
Zane Mattingly, 19357. Controlled substances, driving on suspended. Hello.
Your Honor, with the court's consent, I would propose that we move Mr. Mattingly's plea deadline to January 3rd. This is another case where we don't have the lab report yet, and I have requested a rush test from the crime lab.
Okay, come back on January 3rd. You'll need to talk with your lawyer before that date.
Yes, sir.
He's made several appointments, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ellen McGee, 19427. Charged with controlled substances, paraphernalia, tampering with physical evidence, disorderly conduct, and trespass.
Judge, I show she's here for plea and arraignment.
Okay.
I can go non-true.
We'll enter, we've been appointed, we enter a plea of not guilty, and asked that she's got another matter on Division 4, 2019-240, and Mr. Burnett had asked that this case get moved to Division 4.
Very well.
Track with that case.
That's what we'll do.
Also shows she has a 19196. It's in Division 4.
Okay, she may have more than that, she just put the one notation on it.
Okay.
Stay in contact with your lawyer.
Yes, sir.
Do I need to schedule her to appear in Division 4? Probably should.
Yes, sir.
Come back before Judge Webb on January 17th at 8:30.
Okay.
January 17th, 8:30.
Thank you.
Jordan Nichols, 19440. False imprisonment, domestic battery, terroristic threatening, interference with emergency communication. Who represents you, sir?
I applied for the public defender.
Just now handed it in.
Okay.
If I can approach, Your Honor.
Yes. appointed the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You're here for an arraignment.
Enter a plea of not guilty, waive upon reading the information.
We'll enter the plea of not guilty. Your next appearance is May 1st, 2020 at 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir. Can I be
Cody Oler, 19435. Controlled substances, shoplifting. Cody Oler. Hello. Who represents you, sir?
Nobody.
Are you going to hire a lawyer or make application to public defender?
I'm not very good with paperwork. I kind of looked at it. I guess I could ask someone to help me, but.
You got the paperwork, you just hadn't filled it out.
Well, I looked at that and I should ask someone to help me fill it out, but
Okay, well, let's just do this. I'll have you come back on January 3rd at 9:30.
Yes, sir.
But fill out the paperwork and turn it into their office. I tell you what, just bring it with you when you come.
All right. 9:30, January 3rd.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Judge, if you need help with paperwork, you can stop by the office
All
at
right.
some point.
Okay.
Third floor of the old courthouse, district courthouse.
19369, 19446, Stacy Sexton. At least one is a drug case. Well, we got labs back on this case.
Check that. Now, if I remember correctly, this was one that I requested a rush from the crime lab.
Okay.
Your Honor, in 2006, there's also a third case. There is a revocation in 2016-351. And I am not sure what the attorney status is in that case at this point.
Okay, let me look.
Erwin Davis was her previous counsel.
All right.
I've had, can I say something? Are you my attorney on this case?
On one of your cases.
Public Defender's Office has been appointed in 19369.
I'd like to apologize for my...
Need to fill out one more application.
Yeah, we need to have an attorney appointed in the revocation.
I have
16-351. Does she need to fill out yet another
She
application?
will, Your Honor. We represent her in 369. We'll need an application for the revocation and also 19446, so.
I
Okay.
apologize for not being prepared for everything.
Okay. Grab 2 applications and fill them out.
Okay. Right now?
All right. Well, when you may set the revocation down for hearing?
Judge, let's set it down. If it's based on these new charges,
The 60-day requirement's been waived, so I don't know when she's supposed to appear.
I would initially say January 3rd, although I know we've already set quite a few cases for that
Well,
day.
tell you what, let me see when she's to appear in the other cases. We'll go with the older of that newer cases.
Judge, in 369, she's ordered to appear today for a final hearing in the jury trial in February.
Well, let's do it January, there's 3 of them. Let's do it on January 10th. How's that? Okay.
And then, I know you already know this, the court may recall that Ms. Sexton also has a pending probation revocation in Marion County. And I believe it's on this court's docket. And I did not see an attorney of record in that case when I checked Court Connect.
Judge, in 446, I'll assume will qualify, or she'll qualify, excuse me, and enter a plea of not guilty in the 19446.
Very well. We'll schedule it out. You stay in contact with his office. Thank you.
Bring this big employment, come see me.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of a community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Hi, I'm Tara Wilmot, and as a Health Mart pharmacist, I have a crucial commitment to our community because just like you, I support our community. All Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned, just like our Health Mart here in Harrison. Sam Alexander Pharmacy on the Square in downtown Harrison. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Fall is the time to worm your cattle, and a simple, easy way is by feeding them Safeguard cubes to control internal parasites. No stress on your herd, and convenient and safe. And with calving season just around the corner, Quality Feed Grains has all the supplies you need, including milk replacer, bottles, electrolytes, and much more. Quality Feed Grains, 4617 Highway 65 South and 311 East Prospect in Harrison. Fall is here, and Harness Boots and Shoes has the most popular brands and styles of footwear available. You'll find a huge selection of Western boots for men, women, and children, including brands such as Tony Lama, Dan Post, Double H, Ariat, Justin, and Twisted X. Looking for a good quality insulated or work boot? Try on a pair of Irish Setter, Rocky, Danner, Red Wing, or Georgia boots. And to keep your feet dry on rainy days, try on a pair of waterproof boots from Rocky or Dry Shot. Harness Boots and Shoes on the west side of the square in beautiful downtown Harrison.
Jennifer Seymour, 19367. It's drugs and drug paraphernalia. It's a lab back in this case.
No, Your Honor, this was one that I made the request from.
Okay. We'll have you come back on January 10th
10th.
at 9:30.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thomas Smith, 19393, aggravated residential burglary, aggravated assault, criminal mischief, domestic battery, interference with law, emergency communication.
Your Honor, he is scheduled today for attorney status, and he has hired me to represent him on this.
Okay.
He is scheduled to reappear January 10th.
We'll leave it as scheduled.
Scheduled for you.
Stay in contact with your lawyers, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's all I have today, Your Honor, if I may be excused.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Angelo Navarro, 19425. Morning. So do you have a lawyer, sir?
No, sir, I'm currently trying to get funds up and hire one.
Okay. You're charged with possession of controlled substances, possession of drug paraphernalia. And are you entering a plea of not guilty to these crimes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll have you come back on January 10th at 9:30 for attorney status, okay? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Melissa Gall, 19307.
This was a constructive possession case, which Ms. Gall was in essence possessing the items that she pleaded guilty to, and the co-defendant Tyler Newby, or Dustin Newby, has already pled to the items that he was in possession of.
All right. Ma'am, I'm looking at a police statement and some terms and conditions of probation. Have you gone over these?
Yes.
Do you feel you understand what's in these documents?
Yes.
Do you understand the charges against you and the range of penalties if you're convicted?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty to, these are all misdemeanors, it looks like, possession of marijuana, obstructing governmental operations, driving on a suspended driver's license, and speeding?
Yes.
By pleading guilty, you're giving up your right to have a trial when you come out on appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Are you pleading guilty to these crimes because you're in fact guilty?
Yes.
And doing so freely and voluntarily? This time, ma'am, I judge you guilty for possession of marijuana. You'll be sentenced to 1 year's probation and a $2,500 fine. For obstructing governmental operations, you'll be sentenced to $250 fine.
Yeah, the fine on that first one should also be $250.
Okay, what did I say?
$2,500.
Oh, sorry. 250. It's obstructing governmental operations, $250. Driving on suspended, $250. Speeding, $250. How fast were you going?
30 over.
Be screened for drug treatment, follow any recommendations. Pay $200 in cost, $1,000 fine. I guess that's the total.
Total, yes, sir.
Drug crime assessment of $125, $40 booking fee. Pay what you owe at a minimum rate of $100 per month, beginning within 30 days. Make your payments to the Sheriff's Department here in Boone County. And you need to see a probation officer before you leave today. Is Doyle Averett in the Newton County Jail, 19-4-17?
Judge, we represent Mr. Everett. I do believe we were appointed Wednesday when he appeared in Newton County on his revocation matter. I show him scheduled out with enter plea of not guilty, waive a formal reading.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty. And it looks like it's been scheduled out. Okay. That's all we can do right now, sir. You may stand aside. Tracy Milne Jones, 19-333. It's maintaining a drug premise and possession of controlled substance and paraphernalia.
Judge, Ms. Milne Jones was FTA'd by this court, I believe, 2 weeks ago on a plea deadline. She also has a revocation, I believe, in Newton County. She may be one that, if we could get her, she may be one we could have worked out for that December 16th date. But otherwise, I'd ask that we just order her to reappear on January the 3rd.
Okay, I'll order you to reappear on January the 3rd, ma'am. But apparently your lawyer's working on your case, it sounds like.
I thought we were making a plea thing.
Yeah, you gotta be here to do that, though, Tracy.
I was coming. I called your office and told them I had a car trouble with my ride, that I was coming.
Yeah, we'll get taken care of.
Okay, so do I get out today for January 3rd?
You don't get out today, but your lawyer's talking, and we may be able to do something here week after next. So, all right.
Can you come and talk to me?
I'll be in touch with you, Tracy.
Okay. Well, thank you, ma'am.
No longer or nothing. I'm just sitting here.
Well, not at the moment, ma'am. Not at the moment.
Can you explain that? I don't understand why I'm sitting in jail.
Because you failed to appear. I'll set you a bond. You had a $5,000 bond. I'll convert it to a $5,000 cash bond. Because you were set for trial and you did not appear, ma'am.
I know. I was on the way and I had car trouble. I called his secretary in the court and everything else.
All right. Well, that's what I'm going to do. You got another matter that you have to deal with now, too. So, okay. That's all we can do. Thank you.
In Court on TKO8 Television is brought to you in part by Campbell Bonding Company. Even the best of us make mistakes, so when trouble finds you, trust Campbell Bonding Company to help you through what can be a confusing and sometimes frightening experience. Jim, Robert, and Cole Campbell work as a family to offer your family understanding and compassion during a very difficult time. Campbell Bonding Company can help get your family back together quickly and confidentially. And in every step of the process, they're there for you. In times of trouble, let their family help your family. Campbell Bonding Company, 870-741-1138.